Welcome back to Design Fluency, the explainer where we learn the visual language of the modern world. Today, we're kicking off our language immersion with the absolute fundamentals.
So, let's jump right in. Do you speak the language of modern design? I mean, if you're out walking or going for a run right now, just take a second to look around you. Seriously, look at the billboards towering over the highway, the phone screen right there in your hand, even the wrappers on your groceries. Every single one of these everyday items was built using a very specific hidden vocabulary.
To get us fully fluent, here's our syllabus for today. The hidden visual language, composition and white space, establishing visual hierarchy, the grid system, and finally, reading your world.
All right, Section 1, the hidden visual language, or seeing the world as visual sentences. We aren't just looking at random objects anymore, we're learning the grammar to actually read visual sentences.
Section 2, composition and white space, which we like to call the grammar and the pauses. This is where we get our first verb and punctuation mark of the day.
Think of composition as the actual grammar of design. It's simply how elements are arranged on a page or screen to tell a coherent story. And, just like a spoken sentence, if the composition is messy, well, the whole sentence just breaks down. Now, to control that composition, you absolutely need to speak the language of white space, sometimes called negative space. Beginners often make the mistake of crowding a page because, frankly, they're terrified of empty areas. But in our design language, white space is like taking a breath between words. It gives the viewer's eye a crucial place to rest. These visual breaths are vital because white space essentially tells the viewer what not to look at. By surrounding an element with emptiness, you're strategically guiding the eye completely away from the clutter.
Moving right along to Section 3, establishing visual hierarchy, or controlling the volume. Think about it. If everything on a screen is shouting, nothing actually gets heard, right? Hierarchy is how a designer uses size, bold weight, and placement to clearly say, hey, look at me first, look at me second, and look at me last.
Let's practice a phrase you'd honestly use with clients every single day in the industry. We need to establish clear hierarchy here.
Translation? Your headline needs to actually look like a headline, loud and popping out. That pricing button needs to aggressively grab attention way over the quiet, secondary fine print. You're basically just turning the visual volume up and down.
Okay, Section 4, the grid system, the underlying skeleton. To keep that hierarchy perfectly clean, we use a structural system called the grid. Think of it as the underlying skeleton of a web page or poster. It's like this invisible ruled paper that keeps all your text blocks and images perfectly aligned.
Have you ever looked at a local flyer or an app and thought, man, something here just feels slightly off, but you couldn't put your finger on why? Here's the secret. It usually means the designer broke the grid without a good reason. Your brain just instinctively knows the structure is completely missing. Finally, Section 5, read in your world your fluency test.
So let's recap your first 4 fluent terms as a quick mental study guide. Number 1, composition. 2, white space. 3, visual hierarchy. And 4, the grid.
I'm going to leave you with a quick challenge. The very next time you look at an app on your phone, ask yourself, where is my eye being drawn first, and how did the designer get me to look there? Once you start spotting these building blocks, you will never look at the world the same way again. Keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next explainer.